Once upon a time, in a faraway land, a young prince lived in a beautiful castle. The prince was spoiled, selfish, and unkind despite having everything he could possibly want. An enchantress disguised as a beggar woman offers a rose to the cruel and selfish prince in exchange for shelter from a winter storm. When he refuses due to her repulsive appearance, she warns him not to be deceived by appearances, for beauty is found within. But he slams the door on her. The enchantress then reveals her true beautiful nature. The young prince's apologies were too late, and for the prince's arrogance and lack of love in his heart, she transforms his outward appearance into a monstrous beast to match who he was on the inside. Also, his servants become transformed into household objects, and the whole castle and countryside become dark and foreboding. She casts a spell on the rose and warns the prince that the spell will only be broken if he learns to love another and be loved in return before the last petal falls on his 21st birthday, or he will remain a beast forever. The beast, knowing how hopeless it was, despaired, for who could ever learn to love a beast? Lesson 1. Be content and grateful. Despite having everything he could want, the prince's spoiled nature made him as ugly as a beast on the inside. Lesson 2. Don't judge others by outward appearances. As the enchantress said, true beauty is on the inside. Several years later, in a nearby village, Belle, the book-loving daughter of an eccentric inventor named Maurice, dreams of adventure. She loves reading books and dreams of being in adventures like the books she reads. All the villagers think she is strange, but special for not wanting the same provincial life that they live, but wanting adventures of her own. Lesson 3. Don't let criticism tear you down. There were lots of villagers who thought Belle and her father were odd and peculiar, but Belle didn't let it get to her or slow down her pursuit of her dreams. Lesson 4. Don't be afraid to be different. Sometimes being different is a good thing and allows you to do things that no one else is doing. Belle also has to frequently try to avoid Gaston, a narcissistic hunter who wants to woo and marry her because of her beauty. Lesson 5. Selfish people are not attractive. Gaston loves bragging about himself, looking at himself in the mirror and thinking always of himself. Gaston and LeFou often mock Belle's reading of books and her father's old inventions. Belle, however, is very supportive of her father. On his way to a fair to showcase his latest invention, an automatic wood chopper, Maurice gets lost in the forest and stumbles upon Beast's castle during a storm and seeks refuge, meeting some of the enchanted household objects. Lumiere, the candelabra, Cogsworth, the clock, Mrs. Potts, the teapot, and her son, Chip, the teacup. The household objects are kind and welcoming to him, but when the Beast finds him, he is furious and imprisons him for trespassing. Meanwhile, Gaston tries to corner Belle and force her to marry him, but Belle is not convinced and manages to dodge his advances. Lesson 6. Stand up for what is right. Belle isn't afraid to stand up for herself. She doesn't settle for marrying someone who wouldn't be good for her. She stands up to pressure from the whole village and against pressure from Gaston. Belle eventually lets him out the door to his public humiliation, for she knows she wants so much more than this provincial life. When Maurice's horse returns without him, Belle ventures out searching for him and finds the castle. The enchanted household objects fill with hope of finding a girl that could maybe fall in love with a beast. Eventually, Belle finds her father locked in the castle dungeon. Belle bravely offers to take her father's place as prisoner in the castle, despite being terrified of the beast. Lesson 7. True love sacrifices. Belle loves her father, so she is willing to take her father's place. Lesson 8. Take care of your family. Belle makes sure to take care of her father when he is in need and in trouble, even when that means endangering her own dreams. Meanwhile, Gaston wallows in the local tavern, allowing his fellow villagers to feed his ego and cheer him up after Belle's rejection. Maurice then barges in to warn the villagers about the beast and Belle being in trouble. Maurice's hard-to-believe story about a beast in a castle gets Gaston thinking about a plan to force Belle to marry him. Belle befriends the castle's household servants who come to cheer her up, but when the beast orders her to have dinner with him, she refuses being ordered around in such a rude way. If the beast is trying to get Belle to fall in love with him, he is surely having a rough start. Lesson 9. Good relationships aren't based on selfishness. Gaston wants a relationship with Belle, but it is only based on selfishness. When Belle first lives in the castle, the Beast tries to order Belle around based on what he selfishly wants. Both of these are bad ways to build a relationship. Despite being ordered not to feed her, the household objects serve her a dinner through song and dance, being so excited to have a guest in the castle once again. After dinner, Belle is given a tour of the castle, and she wanders into the forbidden West Wing against the warnings of the household objects. In the West Wing, she finds the enchanted rose, but the Beast catches her and reveals again his terrifying temper, causing her to run away and leave the castle. In the woods, she is ambushed by a pack of wolves, but the Beast rescues her and is injured in the process. Thankful for being rescued, Belle brings him back to the castle and nurses his injuries. Lesson 10. Be brave. Belle is able to stand up to the Beast. Maybe not at his most terrifying times, but to even face his normal temper takes a great deal of courage and strength. Eventually, a friendship develops between the Beast and Belle. And as time passes, Belle begins to enjoy her time at the castle, especially the large library that the Beast gives her as a surprise present. Lesson 11. It's okay to be a bookworm. Belle is curious and loves to read books, and we can all learn a lot from Belle's love of reading. Even someone like the Beast can learn how to read and enjoy books. And so the Beast and Belle begin to fall in love to the excitement of the household objects, as they hope the day they turn into humans will come to pass. Meanwhile, Gaston hatches a plan. He bribes the warden of the town's insane asylum to have Maurice locked up as a crazy person. With no one to support her, Belle would have no choice but to marry Gaston. Before they can act, however, Maurice leaves for the castle to attempt to rescue Belle by himself. Belle and the Beast's friendship grows, and they start to see each other in a different way. Perhaps there is something there that wasn't there before. After sharing a romantic dinner and dance with the Beast, Belle uses the Beast's magic mirror to check on her father and sees him falling down in the woods from sickness. Showing that he loves her more than his own future, the Beast releases her to save her father, giving her the mirror as a souvenir. Lesson 7. Again, true love sacrifices. Beast knows that Belle leaving is what is best for her, so he allows her to leave, even if it means sacrificing his own future and chance of becoming human again. After Belle takes her father to the village where LeFou was waiting, a band of villagers soon arrives led by Gaston to take Maurice away. Belle uses the mirror to show the Beast to the townsfolk, proving her father is not crazy. Realizing that Belle loves the Beast, a jealous Gaston has her and her father locked up in the basement and rallies the villagers to follow him to the castle to kill the Beast. With the help of Chip, who arrived at their house as a stowaway, and Maurice's wood-chopping machine, Belle and her father escape and rush back to the castle just as a thunderstorm starts. During one of the silliest battles you can find, the Beast's servants fight off the villagers. Gaston attacks the Beast in his tower, who is too sad about Belle leaving him to fight back, but regains his strength upon seeing Belle's return. He defeats Gaston and is about to finish him, but realizes that Gaston pleading for his own life was just like the old woman at the start of the movie, asking for a kind favor. Beast lets Gaston go, showing how much he has changed on the inside. But before reuniting with Belle, Gaston fatally hurts the Beast and falls himself. The Beast lies fatally wounded in Belle's arms and tells her how happy he is to see her one last time before dying. Belle tearfully whispers that she loves him, just before the last petal falls from the enchanted rose. To everyone's amazement, the spell is broken, reviving the Beast back to life and restoring his human form. Lesson 12. Good things sometimes come in disguises. Again, don't judge a book by its cover. At first, Belle thought living at the castle with the Beast would be a nightmare, but in the end, it ended up being a dream come true. Belle at first doesn't recognize the Beast in human form until she recognizes his blue eyes. Soon the love between Belle and the prince restore the whole kingdom back to its old glory. The castle returns to its beauty, and the servants return to their natural selves. The Beast and Belle host a ball for the whole kingdom where they dance happily. And Belle starts a new adventure, just like in one of the adventures in her books she loves to read. But now it is her who now becomes a princess. 2 more lessons to finish. Lesson 13. Cultivate inward beauty. Who you are on the inside is more important than what you look like on the outside. Lesson 14. People can change. At the beginning of the movie, the prince was one of the cruelest and selfish people you could meet. By the end of the movie, he had transformed not only back into a human, but also he was a gentle and loving person. And so Beauty and the Beast lived happily ever after.